Sonic movies have become one of Paramount's most profitable franchises, a true gold mine for the studio. What started as a video game adaptation has now grown into a full-fledged cinematic universe, firmly planted in pop culture and showing no signs of slowing down. The classic Sonic games have always enjoyed massive popularity, and that nostalgia-fueled love is exactly what laid the foundation for the movie series. The first Sonic the Hedgehog film dropped in 2020 and was a surprise hit, quickly spawning sequels and turning into a proper trilogy. And it's clear Paramount has much bigger plans for the Blue Blur. The studio has officially announced a fourth film, scheduled to hit theaters on December 23, 2027. Jeff Fowler is once again returning to direct. He's been the creative force behind this universe from the very beginning, having directed all three previous films. In interviews, he's been open about his passion for the franchise, saying he's ready to keep making Sonic movies as long as fans want them. According to him, the team still has tons of ideas left to explore, and that makes perfect sense. The Sonic video game canon is massive, packed with characters, worlds, and concepts that go far beyond what we've seen so far in the films. There's more than enough material here to build out an entire movie saga, not just a limited series of 4 films. The creative possibilities are endless. New heroes, deeper lore, bold genre shifts, and everything points to the studio going full throttle on expanding the universe. What we know about Sonic 4. As for the 4th installment, we already have a few confirmed details. The story will shift its focus to Amy Rose and Metal Sonic, both of whom were teased in the post-credit scene of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This time, the plot is heading in a direction fans have been waiting for, the introduction of time travel. And in that context, it's impossible not to bring up Sonic CD, the legendary game where Dr. Eggman was on the hunt for the powerful time stones, which gave control over the space-time continuum. Recently, an official piece of concept art surfaced that gives us even more clues. It shows Eggman in a totally new look, something between a dictator and an emperor, standing against a backdrop of architecture clearly inspired by ancient Aztec and Mayan civilizations. Right beside him is Metal Sonic, not just as a sidekick, but suited up like a full-on military general. The whole vibe feels like a peek into an alternate timeline, maybe even a distant future. Interestingly, this concept art was originally created for the 3rd movie, but didn't make the final cut. Now it looks like that idea could evolve into a major storyline in Sonic 4, hinting at a large-scale conflict where Sonic faces off against a very different version of Eggman, one from a parallel reality. If we follow the current trajectory of the franchise, it seems likely that Sonic 4 will fully embrace the multiverse and time-jumping themes, concepts that are incredibly popular in today's entertainment landscape. Just like in Sonic CD, we'll probably see the characters traveling between the past and future, with new artifacts or technology playing a role in ripping open the fabric of time itself. Jim Carrey's return? One major development that has fans buzzing is the possible return of Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman. After Sonic 2, Carrey publicly hinted that he was considering retirement, or at least a long break from acting. But despite that, he came back for the 3rd movie, and not just in one role. He pulled double duty, playing both Dr. Eggman and Gerald Robotnik, Eggman's grandfather from the games. That move opened the door for some big multiverse or time travel storytelling. Now, it's very possible that we'll see Carrey take on yet another version of his character, one from a different timeline or alternate reality. If that happens, don't expect the same Eggman we've already seen. This new version would likely come with a whole new look, fresh makeup, an altered costume, and completely different mannerisms, a radical reimagining of the villain we thought we knew. The Emperor Eggman theory. Now let's talk about one of the most intriguing fan theories gaining traction online, the mystery of Emperor Eggman. The concept art showing Eggman in an Imperial costume sparked tons of speculation, and one of the most compelling theories? What if that isn't actually Eggman at all, but Neo Metal Sonic in disguise? In the game canon, Neo Metal Sonic is a heavily upgraded version of Metal Sonic, first introduced in Sonic Heroes. He's not just a more powerful robot. He's a full-fledged villain with advanced intelligence, the ability to mimic others' abilities, and even shapeshift into Eggman himself to manipulate others. He's cold, calculated, and obsessed with becoming the ultimate life form. So if he's the one actually posing as the so-called Emperor, that would flip the entire narrative on its head. Imagine thinking the whole time that Sonic is battling a future version of Eggman, only to find out in the final act that the real mastermind has been Neo Metal Sonic the entire time, plotting to seize control of every timeline and every reality. That kind of twist would be huge, and it fits perfectly with the tone and direction of this expanding cinematic universe. Will Sonic 4 go dark? One thing fans should keep in mind is that no matter how wild or epic the concepts get, the Sonic franchise probably won't go full-on dark or mind-blowing. Don't expect shocking character deaths, canon-breaking twists, or massive cliffhangers. At the end of the day, this is still a franchise aimed primarily at a younger audience. The tone is light, fun, and family-friendly, and that's exactly what makes it work. It's popcorn entertainment, and Paramount has absolutely no reason to mess with the formula, especially when it's been making them a fortune. The Sonic trilogy has already become one of the highest-grossing video game-based film series in history, and the studio is clearly planning to keep riding that wave. What about Shadow? One of the biggest mysteries surrounding Sonic 4 is whether or not Shadow will return. And so far, that question is still very much up in the air. Right now, there's a ton of buzz that Paramount is developing either a full-on Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off movie or a limited series for Paramount+. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but let's be real, this franchise isn't letting go of Shadow anytime soon. That much was crystal clear in the Sonic 3 post-credit scene, which showed us, plain and simple, Shadow is alive. He's still in the game, and Keanu Reeves will continue to voice him. And if someone like Keanu is locked in for the role, that tells you everything you need to know about how seriously Paramount is taking this character. Shadow isn't just another side character. He's one of the most iconic figures in the entire Sonic universe. He's got a huge fan base, a rich and emotionally heavy backstory, and his very own solo video game. To put it simply, Shadow's backstory is complicated. He's not just an edgy anti-hero. He's a scientific experiment, a weapon, a symbol of loss and tragedy, a soul searching for purpose. You can't fully unpack that kind of complexity in 10 minutes of team-up scenes or one-liners during an action sequence. That's why a standalone project, whether it's a film or a series, almost feels like the only right move. The future, Silver, Amy, and beyond. Let's not forget Silver, a psychic-powered hedgehog from a distant future who can manipulate objects with his mind and travel through time. If Sonic 4 is going all in on time travel, then bringing Silver into the story feels like a natural next step. It's possible that he won't be introduced right away. He might show up only at the end of Sonic 4, setting the stage for a much larger role in Sonic 5. Meanwhile, Amy is shaping up to have a major role in Sonic 4. From everything we've seen so far, it looks like she won't just be another supporting character. Originally introduced as Sonic's love-struck admirer, Amy is now being positioned as a full-fledged lead, possibly even the leader of a resistance movement in a dark dystopian future. Paramount is reportedly looking to cast a big-name actress for the role, similar to how they brought in Keanu Reeves for Shadow. Will she lean into the comedic, romantic side that longtime fans know, or be reimagined as a fierce, battle-hardened hero? Either way, Amy is going to be a central piece of the story moving forward. Wrapping it up, Sonic 4 isn't just another sequel. It's shaping up to be a major turning point in the franchise. Will Sonic accidentally find himself thrown into a dark future ruled by Emperor Eggman? Or will an army from that future, likely commanded by Neo Metal Sonic, break into the present timeline? Right now, all we have are clues, theories, and a lot of very promising pieces coming together. With Jeff Fowler and the creative team sitting on a treasure trove of unused characters and wild concepts, Sonic 4 could lead into a fifth and even sixth entry in the saga. But make no mistake, 2027 is packed. New Avengers, Beyond the Spider-Verse, Godzilla x Kong 3. It's going to be a cinematic battleground. That means Sonic 4 will have to hit hard, connect with audiences, and deliver something truly special. But if the first 3 films are any indication, this franchise has the momentum, fan base, and creative juice to go the distance. The Sonic saga isn't slowing down. It's just hitting top speed.